A late scratching at 1:15. Bookmakers are asked to line their books. An announcement regarding the betting will be made after the race. Number 1, Vain Sir, a late scratching from race number 1. The rider, after being chucked off, is not fit enough to ride, so Vain Sir is a late scratching, and now we're only waiting on Cheeky Lad to come up to complete the line here for the first race. First of the carnival about to get underway as we wait for Cheeky Lad to take up its place. It's running in pacifiers and blinkers today. Veteran trainer Con Crow from Wagga prepares this fellow, Cheeky Lad, by something different, and he's coming up towards the gates now. Barb Joseph's representative, Cosmic Eagle, drawn down in 1, and Cosmic Eagle coming up towards the lineup now, but pulls back just at the last moment. Villa d'Este looked very well, going to the post too. Races in the North Melbourne colours, and yeah, he looked the part. Looks like he should be able to fly along over 900 metres. Start, of course, very important in these races. 900-metre dash, and inside barriers are certainly a big help. Pre-trial's got some speed. It should be up there early in the race. Cosmic Eagle, obviously, he's got fanciers in the race. And the favourite, Personal Spy, really does look a treat. Brought down here from Kembla Grange by Bede Murray. Several of these are not raced. Morning Symphony looks very well, trained by Brian Cox. It hasn't raced before, but has got the disadvantage of a wide gate. Now, just waiting on Cheeky Lad. He's coming up towards the gates now. The others are ready. Cheeky Lad just spinning around at the last minute. Just need Cheeky Lad to do the right thing, and we'll have them ready for the first on the program. We've got a great carnival, big fields throughout both days. A very good field in the Cup tomorrow. Weights headed by Count Scenario, winner of last year's Grafton Cup. So we're looking forward to 2 very good days of racing. Now the track cleared in front, and now the starter coming around to his platform, so they must have Cheeky Lad up. Stand by. Red lights on and they're off now. From the outside, Paradise Legs began quickly, and so did Cheeky Lad, and pre-trial is away very well. Going through along the inside is Cosmic Eagle, showing a good deal of pace. The favourites running about 5th and caught fairly wide early in the race, Personal Spy. When they settle down, Cheeky Lad, the leader from pre-trial. Going up on the inside is Cosmic Eagle, followed by SARS Boy. Just behind them is Personal Spy. On the rails, Villa d'Este is making ground fairly quickly. Further back in the race, Morning Sympathy, followed by Sandin, and then a Raven Countess, and 1,000,000 to 1 the rest. In the straight now, 300 to go, and Cosmic Eagle got through on the inside to take the lead here from Cheeky Lad. The favourite can't win, 200 metres to go. Cosmic Eagle in front, Villa d'Este starting to cut it down now on the outside, but wants to shift out. Cosmic Eagle in front, but quickly gathered up by Villa d'Este. Brain Dunn gave it 1 with a whip, and it's going away to win. Villa d'Este wins the first from Cosmic Eagle. Pre-trial has run 3rd, and King SARS Boy was 4th, followed home by Capricious River, and then came a Raven Countess, followed by Morning Symphony. The favourite didn't raise a shot, then Personal Spy. A good way back in the race, then came Sandin, followed by Paradise Legs a long way back. Spry Taught was good, well back too, and last home is Jade Necklace.
Good performance by Villa d'Este to win over Cosmic Eagle and pre-trial. So 8-11-2 it'll be as they move up at the Gold Coast for the second. The favourite Trapper's Idol for the Trotters as we take you back to David Fowler.
And last of all is Valdez. Into the straight they race now, and Arrogant Ruler kicked away a couple of lengths in front by a big strider. Brassy Jim getting to second now, setting sail out after it, and then came Antigo, and Secret Heart heads the rest. But Arrogant Ruler's got a commanding break at the 200-metre mark. Dwayne Dunn gave it a crack with a whip. It's a couple of lengths in front of Antigo on the outside, and Brassy Jim. Arrogant Ruler in front, Antigo picking it up near the line and might have got it. I think Antigo on the outside might just get this photo from Arrogant Ruler. Brassy Jim has run 3rd. They were well clear of the rest. Valdez is 4th, then Secret Heart, followed by Tilicaratney. Further back, Vermard, followed by St Remy. Further back in the race, then came Elmer Ryle. Then a break to Bell Gesture. Second last was Ballina, and the last one to pull up is Sister of the Hood.
Okay, number 3 looks like getting it, Antigo, but it is a photo there over Arrogant Ruler and 1 Brassy Jim after the second at Albury. Okay, Gold Coast on Sky Race Day.
Most of them are ready here at the 2,000-metre start. Starter not around to his platform as yet, but most of them look to be ready. Dr. Smith has gone in. Make My Day Right with King of Baycan, Just Honour. Integration on the inside. Bo Eros is ready. Now the starter coming around. King of Bay Canvas back to beat the favourite. Starter around on his platform and they're off now. Slow to go, Rare Casper missed it by 4 or 5 lengths and Captive Walk didn't begin too well. Integration got away well with Just Honour and King of Baycan up closer today. Dr. Smith coming across from the outside and Bo Eros is trapped a little bit deep. Make My Day tucking in behind them over on the rails. Outside of it, the Rogers Bay and then a length further back to Let's Integrate. A couple of lengths further back to Fantini on the outside, then Dr. Smith over on the rails. 2 lengths to Captive Walk from Marza Scala and Rare Casper last. Into the back straight they run now, and taking the lead now, here's the bottom weight, Tor Duke. Tor Duke leads a half a length to Bo Eros on the outside, a length and a half to Just Honour and then Integration on the rails. 2 lengths further back to King of Baycan in the blue and white colours. Make My Day getting a nice run on the rails. A length further back then on the outside is the Rogers Bay. 1.5 to Dr. Smith and then came Let's Integrate in the green colours. 2 lengths further back to Fantini from Marza Scala. 2 lengths further back Captive Walk and Rare Casper last. 15 lengths from the lead. At the 1,000-metre corner now, Tor Duke in front by 3/4 of a length. Bo Eros the grey is second. Integration on the rails is running third. Just Honour getting a nice run fourth. 2 lengths further back to King of Baycan, 1 off the fence. The favourite on its inside, Make My Day. Caught wide now, moving up on the outside is the Rogers Bay. 2 lengths further back then to Dr. Smith on the inside of Let's Integrate. 1.5 to Fantini, followed further back by Marza Scala. Rare Casper second last and Captive Walk last. Beatty's taken off a long way from home on the Rogers Bay and he pulled the whip on it before the corner. It's got to the front from Bo Eros as they make the bend. Just Honour is running on pretty well now on the outside and Make My Day into the clear now is starting to put in its claim and King of Baycan is out wider. They have 200 metres to go. They've got up to the Rogers Bay. Make My Day zoom through and Make My Day has gone up here too. In the middle, battling on pretty well is Just Honour and wider out is King of Baycan. Make My Day the favourite, got about a neck in front here from Just Honour and King of Baycan on the outside. Make My Day just in front near the line that's got there. Make My Day has won from King of Baycan on the outside and Just Honour in the middle. They beat the rest out of sight. Dr. Smith ran fourth. Rare Casper was fifth, followed by Integration. Further back then was Bo Eros, followed by Marza Scala, the Rogers Bay. A good way back Fantini from Captive Walk. Let's Integrate. And last to pull up was the early leader, Tor Duke. Number 1, Make My Day, ridden by Lenny Beasley, the winner. So the contenders are faring well in the first 3 races. Russell Cameron the first, Richard Freyer the second, and Bede Murray the third. Make My Day, number 1.
Yeah, Make My Day, the favourite, too strong there, and Lenny Beasley the rider after race 3 at Albury. Now Gold Coast and talking.
Attendant climbing in with 1 in the centre. Off they go. A little bit slow, John Fred and Thriller and Manila didn't begin well. Rochi's Hope got away quite nicely with Lenashi showing good speed early in the race. Canny Tycoon has got away nicely too and is going up towards the front. Supreme Night will settle down fourth. Shantess going around them deep from Flexible Friend. Type to Type in the red and blue colours on the rails. Then 2 lengths to John Fred, 1 to Exclusive Fort. A length further back then to Miss Tralee from Lady Tonya. Montague Lad second last with Thriller and Manila back near the rear of the field. And there's another one deeper out when they travel along the back straight. As at the going towards the 1,000-metre mark now, the one that was wide was Obia Star. And he's left in front now on Canny Tycoon. Can't hold it back to them, led by 3/4 of a length. Lenashi is second. Rochi's Hope on the inside is third. Shantest 3 deep. Supreme Night is in the middle. A length further back to Flexible Friend. Type to Type is on the rails. A length and a half further back to John Fred. Miss Tralee is next over on the outside. And they were followed further back then by Obia Star out deep. And then Lady Tonya. Exclusive Fort being snagged back on the rails. And Montague Lad is last. And they bunch up. And Thriller in Manila is taking off around the outside and covering a heap of ground. Canny Tycoon leads into the straight now. Thriller and Manila went up quickly on the outside to take it on. In the middle then is Lenashi, followed by John Fred on the outside and further back Supreme Night. 200 to go now and Thriller and Manila has taken the lead here from this favourite Canny Tycoon. Further back then is Lenashi from John Fred and Type to Type getting up on the rails. Thriller and Manila in front though with 50 yards to go. This favourite won't beat it. Thriller and Manila drew a length in front near the line and Thriller and Manila has won a Type to Type a second. Third in the race, Canny Tycoon. Finishing well, Exclusive Fort is fourth, followed in by Supreme Night and then John Fred. Next in the race was Miss Tralee from Shantest, My Rochi's Hope. Further back then, a good way back was Flexible Friend, followed in by Lady Tonya, Obia Star, Montague Lad. And that one, Lena Shee was back near the rear.
Thriller in Manila at 7.90. That firmed up dramatically. It almost halved its opening quote and was well back. 2.40 the place, type to type, and Canny Tycoon. Big run too, because it lost the start, came from last, went around them and still got the prize. Gold Coast in...
Triple H has gone in, and Mr. McCarter will just about join the line now. Has drawn the outside barrier. Brian Johns riding him, and he's about to take up his place. Mr. McCarter is ready now, so they're set to go at the 1,400 metre barrier. The starter coming around to his platform now. Brian Cox represented with two here, Bugsy Malone and Faye Dior. Christopher Mack trained by Russell Cameron, the favourite. Starter on his platform, lights on. Racing now. A bit slow to go. Blandy at the start lost a couple of lengths, and the best of Bounce into Stride Super Control wants the lead. Deal Done is going quickly, and so is the Pugilist, so there's a lot of speed on early. Getting a lovely trail behind them is Christopher Mack, and Bugsy Malone is up closer today. 2.5 lengths further back to Faye Dior, followed by Mariner's Choice. Mr. McCarter next on the outside, and then 2 lengths further back to Sandpiper Lane, and the stablemates are second last and last, Blandy and Better in Berrigan. Around the 1,000 metre corner now, and they're going hammer and tongs up front. It's Super Control on the inside and the Pugilist the outside, leading by 2 or 3 lengths here. 2 Deal Done third. Bugsy Malone moves up fourth, and then Christopher Mack. A length and a half further back to Mr. McCarter. Can't get on the track from Mariner's Choice. Faye Dior back on the rails, followed by Sandpaper Lane, who's being hard ridden now. A long way back, Blandy, and Better in Berrigan is last of all. At the 600 metre mark now, Super Control takes the lead, gets clear here from the Pugilist. Out wide are Bugsy Malone and Triple H out deeper on the track. Back behind them, Faye Dior looking for a run nearer to the rails. In the straight now, and Super Control still a couple of lengths in front. Christopher Mack giving chase to it quickly now, and Bugsy Malone is putting in its claim. And Sandpiper Lane down the outside might blow them all over. Sandpiper Lane swept up on the outside to take the lead now from Christopher Mack and Bugsy Malone in the centre. Sandpiper Lane coming away on the closing stages, and it's too good. Wins by a length and a half to Christopher Mack. Bugsy Malone is third. Fourth home then was Mr. McCarter, followed by Triple H, and then Super Control. Better in Berrigan was next, followed in by Deal Done. Faye Dior didn't do a thing. Well back, Blandy, followed by the Pugilist, and Mariner's Choice was last.
Too good the top weight. Sandpiper Lane at 5.90, 170. Comes away to beat number 2, Christopher Mack, and 5, Bugsy Malone. 125 after the 5th at Albury. Gold Coast not far off. 480 Jack Provis, Defy the Odds 450. Brag about 18. 480 Something Like Dad. Sweet Enola 35. 620 Northern Prince. 10s for Bradnick Sam. At Toowoomba coming up, and a terrific field, and a big field indeed too, with 18 going around here in the Weetwood today. And Leroy's Magic is the 390 favourite, the top weight over Vacant Lee at 6.30. Then Tenuous at 6.60, Forgotten Hero 7.50, Sir Reckwell in the market at 11, and Can Gaze at $13. The Mounting Yard Mail from Larry Olsen. It's 1, 17, 2 and 7 from Larry in a very open race. 1, 17, 2 and 7 rather. Now Gold Coast, 8 Bradnick Sam the winner, 14.80, 3.80. Defeated 2 Defy the Odds at 2.50, and 4 Something Like Dad at $1.50. Quinella 48.30, Trifecta 8.24, $275. Race 6 at the Coast. Young, race 4. And Tunguster at 27, Tilly Hush 47, Chestnut at 10. Then to Shaken Jake at 2.60, it's the fave. Gold Buccaneer 18, Just Buster at 19, Redskin Rose 18, and further down, as they're almost set to Toowoomba, the favourite is Impreza at $2. All right, off to Toowoomba for the big one of the day. Once again, here's Pat O'Shea.
And they're pretty well all in, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by for the historic 2000 Carlton United Weetwood. They're ready to go. Starter just holding them. They're set. Off. Pretty good start too. Can Gaze near the inside, and Bin Badeen came out running with a Keeper's Promise, and City Fair's going hard with Dash of Bay. Running up behind them, Sir Rex Nice and Handy, and Kai Messer on the rail. Then Forgotten Hero. Can Gaze goes through on the inside by, followed by Blakehurst up Handy. Then Tenuous is a little wide. Leroy's Magic's been trapped deep and went back to centre field. Then Vason Lee nearer to the inside. Toasted Gold got over near the fence. A gap to Crows Before Dawn. Then came Amorist, Only the Strong. Superdane is second last, and St Rout Eyes at the Victoria going to the 800-metre mark now, and Dasher Bay crossed over and led 2 lengths to Bimbadine, 2 to City Fair, third on the outside. On its inside, a Keeper's Promise, a length away then came Sarek outside of Comessa coming into it. Then came Ken Gaze the roll with Forgotten Hero. Further back was Blakehurst, then Vason Lee and Tenuous. Leroy's Magic's been 3 wide throughout. He's going forward. Toasted Gold's waiting for a run. Then a gap to Amorous, followed by Crows Before Dawn, Superdane, Only the Strong, and St Rout Eyes last. 400 left to go on the turn. Dasher Bay in front with Bimbadine coming at it. Then a Keeper's Promise, City Fair wider out. Then came Sarek, Vason Lee's run up behind them. Then Ken Gaze wider out. Here's Blakehurst joining in at the 200-metre mark. A Keeper's Promise is just the leader. Out wider, Sarek's coming quickly. A Keeper's Promise is in front. Sarek's trying to wear it down, and Vason Lee's flying. They hit the line. Vason Lee has got up and won it, I'd say, a nostril to either Sarek or a Keeper's Promise, and a great finish. Then Kaimessa, followed by Ken Gaze. City Fair behind them with Dasher Bay, Crows Before Dawn, Ken Gaze, Toasted Gold, Amorous. Well back in the field then came Superdane. A long way back behind those, St Rout Eye, Forgotten Hero, Leroy's Magic never came into it, and Bimbadine weakened to be last. It's a freeway photo and a beauty. Photo finish here. Vason Lee has got right up on the inside and might have just got there, but there's 3 of them across the track. A Keeper's Promise was in front. Coming down the outside, Sarek. But we'll stand by for the winning number. It's a very tight photo. We might be back to another nose-by-a-nose decision here. They've split the line, absolutely locked together. We'll wait for the judge to semaphore the winning number. I was asked to have a go. I think it might have got there, Vason Lee, although it is on the inside. It was looking for a run nearer the rail. It got the run only in the last 80 or 90 metres. A Keeper's Promise ran an almighty race. It was holding off its stablemate Sarek when Vason Lee got the inside run and has darted through, but there's nothing in it. Stand by. The judge can't separate them at the moment. There it is. Seven's got it. Vason Lee, ridden by Starthy Katsitas, trained by Alan Doyle. A Toowoomba victory. And what an amazing run that Vason Lee has had, coming from a Class 1 horse to win the Weetwood. Starthy Katsitas on board. Number 21 ran second. A Keeper's Promise, ridden by Anthony Baker, did everything but win. And number 9, Sarek, has finished third, ridden by Scott Seamer.
What a fantastic finish that was, and Vason Lee, been in terrific form, just has improved out of sight. And I know Alan's going to agree with this. What a performance, Alan.
Yeah, amazing performance. I think I said on Racing Retro about a couple of weeks back that he's probably the most improved horse I've seen in about the last 8 to 10 years in Brisbane, and Alan Doyle's his trainer. He's with me now, and I don't think you're going to dispute those comments.
No, mate, he's a very good horse. A lot of people...
Your heart's pumping.
Yeah, mate, a lot of people have underestimated him. You know, not too many horses can do what he does. You know, I think he's a carnival horse. And we are looking to Sydney, not Brisbane.
What, Sydney Autumn?
Yep. No, we'll probably... We may bypass Brisbane and go to Sydney with him.
Did you think he'd win?
Yes, I did think he could win.
Yeah. He was about midfield on the fence coming up to the bend.
That's the way, yeah, and he's rode him, mate. The boy has rode him a treat.
Starthy Katsitas, he's jockey the future, isn't he?
He is. He's rode him well. He rode one for me today, and I give him a bit of a rev, so he's come out and rode real good today.
All right, thanks, Alan. All right, we're off to
The 6th event, and we've got the Gold Coast following. Let's have a look at the market here. Hawkeye's Ghost, very short.
Fighting the favourite Tomo's Ace, who's at a fairly short quote on the tote on the strength of his last start success. Now, moving up is Hunger Strike, and we're waiting on Bolting and Snow Glow. They'll be the last two. They're just standing back behind the line a little bit. Race to follow is the big one of the day, the City Handicap. Always a very good sprinting race, 1175 metres, and St Christoph will be the favourite for the race. Anyhow, we've got a 1,000-metre battle on our hands before that, and Bolting is the last one to come up to the line. Camden Yard's drawn down in 1. Now Bolting coming forward, started coming around onto his platform. At the 1,000 metres, Bolting hasn't gone in yet. There'll be plenty of speed on here. Bolting coming forward. And now the line looks to be right. Bolting settling in the gates. Red light is on. Set to go. Forest Glow the outside racing. Forest Glow won the start on the outside. Walk Tall is away very quickly. Camden Yards has begun well through along the inside, showing good speed, and Rich Ruby Red is going to head them all off. The favourites back midfield when they jot off the place when they settle down. Camden Yards and Rich Ruby Red lead when they settle down from Tomo's Ace. Going forward then over on the inside is Bonhomie Girl. Forest Glow caught out very deep on the track, and then Walk Tall, Vain Ideal. Ebenezer next, followed by Leadham. Wide around them in Drotsman right off the track. Hunger Strike is deeper again, followed further back by Grey Marl. Around the home corner now, Forest Glow out very wide has run up to join in the middle. Rich Ruby Red and Camden Yards back on the rails. Tomo's Ace is coming into it strongly now. 200 metres to go. Rich Ruby Red just the leader here from Tomo's Ace. Bonhomie Girl running a race in the middle. It's Rich Ruby Red tackled by Tomo's Ace on the outside. Tomo's Ace has got to the front close to the line and starting to draw away now. And Tomo's Ace will go on and win by a length and a half. Second home is Bonhomie Girl, and third Rich Ruby Red. Ebenezer flew home fourth, followed by Leadham, Forest Glow in Drotsman, Walk Tall. Further back Camden Yards, and then came Grey Marl, Vain Ideal, followed by Lady Dam. Second last Hunger Strike, and last to pull up is Bolting.
So, number 2, Tomo's Ace, was the favourite and got the prize over Bonhomie Girl and 6, Rich Ruby Red, after the running of race 6 at Albury. It's 2, 17 and 6. Now we're getting close to the next to the Gold Coast, and
that we need to make sure that it's a successful day as well.
All right, Neville, we've got to go to Albury. Thanks, and congratulations on your day.
Thank you very much.
Two towards the inside, Chevette, one of the first to go. St Christoph and Great Trip have both begun very quickly. Pickup line is showing good speed too, and look at Full of Spirit off a wide gate going forward in an early part of the race, and Prince of Rebels showing good speed, and Idaho's Choice is going to head them all off. A green charge round the first bend. Idaho's Choice leads from pickup line. Running third then is the old stager Full of Spirit. About a length further back then to Great Trip on the inside of Christoph. Mary Punter out 3 wide. A length and a half to Jabberoo Lad is wide on the track, followed by El Tocino, and further back then Luskin's Promise. Chevetta's back on the rails. Prince of Rebels a long way back with Gunda Bluey, and Parak Gold is nearly last. Coming up to the corner now, Idaho's Choice leads them around the bend from pickup line on the outside. Great Trip back on the rails. Full of Spirit is wider out on the track, and further back then is St Christoph, who's starting to push through nearer to the inside. Chevette getting up on the rails. It's Idaho's Choice in front of Chevette. Pickup line. Parak Gold storming home, and St Christoph getting through in the middle now. Here's the class. St Christoph going up, but Parak Gold. Parak Gold on the outside has pinged away, and with the pull on the weights, he's going to be much too good. Parak Gold goes on and wins by 2 or 3 lengths to St Christoph. Pickup line has got up to run third ahead of Chevette and Prince of Rebels. Then Full of Spirit, followed by Luskin's Promise, Jabberoo Lad, Great Trip, Idaho's Choice carved up, and then Mary Punter. El Tocino didn't fire a shot today, and Gunda Bluey was last to pull up.
Number 9, Parak Gold, finishing too well for the favourite there. It was a good win too, 480, 180 over 1 St Christoph, anchored by the big weight there. And number 2, Pickup Line for third, so 9, 1 and 2 after race 7 there at Albury. Gold Coast Divs, and the winner here, 3 Kiwi Manor, 860, 190, 6 bound left $1, and 5 Hamilton Escape, 320. For the last 12 going around, once again, here's Jeff.
Racing in the last. Came away in a pretty good line too. Special Clause began well. My Name's McGinty is showing good. No, Special Clause didn't begin well. He's out the back after the start. And the best to bounce out into stride was the Prince and You, showing good speed with talk show host. Sea Causeway going up to third. My Name's McGinty will posse up fourth on the rails. There's another one outside of it. My Name and Newtown Wonder is just behind them when they come up the side of the track. A length further back in the race, Newtown Wonder, followed by Pentagonal. Corruption is a fair way back. Wonder Vital Cash. Special Clause well out of its ground and markedly as last of all. Talk show host flying along at the 700, led 2 lengths to the Prince and You. Sea Causeway is running third and full of confidence out wider. Cortzana can't get on the track. My Name's McGinty badly needing a run there the inside. Wider out on the track now. Special Clause hooked to the extreme outside, and then Pentagonal. The Prince and You in front, but My Name's McGinty swept up on the outside and challenged it soon afterwards, and My Name's McGinty has taken the lead. Here's Pentagonal coming from a long way back down the outside, and Special Clause is starting to join in, but My Name's McGinty has got a commanding break in the closing stages, and My Name's McGinty's too good. My Name's McGinty first, Pentagonal second, Special Clause third. Then the Prince and You. Corruption didn't do a lot next. Then Sea Causeway, Cortzana, Vital Cash markedly. Well back then was Full of Confidence. Second last talk show host. And last Newtown Wonder.
My Name's McGinty, $6 and $2. Pentagonal getting home for second and Special Clause for third, but 5-3-1 it'll be after the running of the last. Been a good day there, and our thanks to Jeff O'Brien as they hit the line in an easy win in the last to My Name's McGinty. 5-3-1. Now at the start at Wyong for the last, and what do we got? We got what about 14, 15 going around?
The starter